With the release of the new Pokemon game, and because of the different issues that have been showing after launch, and because of the different opinions that people have had over the years with the last few generations, myself included, multiple questions have been going through my mind. Should I wait more time before buying it? Is it actually any good? Is it worth its price tag? If it's Scarlet, why do they keep showing oranges on all of the trailers? But most importantly, should I buy it? And what about you? In this video, I will explore these ideas and I'll try to find a response that works for me. And hopefully, I'll help you find a response that works for you too. Hi, I'm the Rainbow Pit. Unlike most of you, Pokemon has been a part of my life since I was 5, so like 20 years for me. I've played everything, all the mainline games, the spin-offs, the phone apps, the trading card game. I even participated in regionals and nationals. Heck, I started playing these games before I could actually understand English. I didn't knew what they were saying or what they wanted me to do, but I knew I was having fun and that these games were meant for me. And even now, with these doubts on my mind, I'll still defend them on the few things they've done right and the positive effects they've had on the industry over the years. Just the fact that a company this important haven't had any big issues regarding their workers or work environment is something to have into consideration when we talk about them and the impact they've had in this industry and how things should be done. And it's because I like this game so much and because I know this franchise so well that as the years have passed, I've found myself telling more and more people one of these four options. Maybe you should just wait a few days after release to see if you'll actually like it or not. Maybe you should wait for a discount or ask someone to lend it later to you. Maybe you should just skip this generation. I don't think this one's for you. Maybe you should stop buying these games. It doesn't look like you're enjoying them. And for the first time, I think it's time to tell myself one of these four options. But why? And which one? The why? That's very simple. If you're having doubts like me about this franchise, it's probably because you don't think they're worth their price. Not because they should be cheaper, but because of the amount of money they're asking. They're not meeting our expectations. And look, if you utterly enjoy these games, honestly, that makes me happy. And it also makes me hopeful that this franchise will continue growing and more people will be invested in this amazing world that they've created. But having higher expectations of the highest grossing media franchise of the world ever, beating things like Marvel, DC, the MCU, Star Wars, Mickey Mouse, we should be having higher expectations of the products they're giving us. That's not a bad thing. And I would invite you to still hear me out because maybe this will help you out in the future or for a different franchise that maybe you have stopped liking as much. And look, I know that the problem with expectations is that they're all subjective and they're different from person to person, right? They can go from technical things like better 3D rendering and optimization in the game to visual things like better animations or 3D graphics, or even other things you might want, like voice acting, more complex stories, having difficulty settings, or even bringing back game elements, not only like Mega Evolutions, but things like the Pokemon Safari or Pokemon contests. But the focus here is not that everything could be better or that they should be keeping every single thing they've added from prior games, but that you should realize what are the things that are of value to you and by how much. Look, let me serve as an example. When it comes to Pokemon games, I don't care about graphics or story. And while I do think they should be optimized properly and that they should be using voice acting, I mean, they even used voice acting in the trailers and the ads for this game, but then they removed it, which I think it's bonkers, but it's beyond the point. Those things are not deal breakers for me either. But also, I really like having a hefty amount of post-game options and things to do once the 20-25 hour story is complete, because I want to be able to keep playing these games and having a reason to do so. And the lack of consistency in these last things in X and Y is what has been making these doubts grow stronger and stronger in my mind. Personally, I will be getting these games at a discount. I don't think that at their current state they're worth their price tag, at least not for me. And I also think that getting these games cheaper will make them a more worthwhile experience for me and a more enjoyable one. So after this video, all I can truly ask for you is for you to have higher expectations for this franchise, because they have the resources, so they should be using them to give us a better product. So please think about this. Think about the things that you like about these games and the expectations that you've had for many generations, and how or how not they've been met in the final product. It is not that you actually have to stop buying them right now, but for you to know that this is an option and how that can lead you to make better decisions regarding this franchise. Maybe you will stop pre-ordering them or buying two copies. Maybe you'll start waiting a few days after launch to see if they're actually what you're expecting from them. And if you actually ever stop buying them, you'll know that it was the best decision for you and the best thing to do. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. And you can let me know in the comments. And let me know what you think and what are your opinions on this new generation. Oh, and before you leave, the Scarlet version actually keeps getting oranges because they're supposed to represent blood oranges, who are actually red. And these are also native to the Iberian Peninsula, which is where the game is based off. So at least you learned that from this video. Thanks for watching.